Dictionary.com describes an unplanned approach as impromptu, done without preparation, unpremeditated, done without intention, random, done without order, unintended, done without purpose, unwitting, done without awareness, or spontaneous, done without thought. Sounds about right. Well, now that we have that established, let's start the show.
Exactly the way people would probably think I was trying to be a dick, but I don't know. I mean, everybody that knows me be like, dude, you're such a dick. And I'm like, I don't, that could be Boba Fett's son. And one of the things, his son's the fucking guy that is going after people. I don't know what that kid's. His dad, oh, his dad. What? Yeah. See,
Boba Fett was the son.
Right. I'm like, Jesus, dude. I'm like, but that would be me. I'd be walking around going, oh, that is. And then knowing my luck, it'd be like me. One time I asked a lady, when are you due? And she goes, due for what? I'm like, nothing, never mind. Have you lost weight? What, you saying I'm pregnant? I learned that day, unless you know for sure, you never say, hey, when are you due? Like, due for what?
No, you just say, hey, you look great.
Is she pregnant? No,
yeah, right.
She's not. Oh, God. But that would be me in a heartbeat. But I mean, I'd like to sit down and pick your brain on all the Star Wars shit at some point because I love it, but I hate that I don't know anything about it. I mean, did you watch like the Clone War cartoons and all that shit? Did you go that deep into it?
I've watched that like 5 times.
Really?
The whole series, yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Really?
Yeah. So if nothing else, just watch the last season.
Oh, really?
That's really when it rolls around and it leads into what becomes the movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had no idea.
It's all the backstory of Ahsoka and Anakin, who becomes Darth Vader in that timeline.
I did think in the prequels that the way that they the last one, the way that they made Darth Vader and how they tied it together. Yeah. That was I thought, man, they got a lot of work to do on this last one, and they tied it all together, and I thought it's pretty good.
Yeah, it was interesting to me the way they did that because I went back and watched them in order. And the end of episode 3 just blends beautifully.
Oh, really? I haven't done that.
Into what was the original one, episode 4.
Right.
Like the way they tied that and made it work. It's pretty cool to just watch the end of episode 3 and leading into the original New Hope. And was that New Hope?
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting myself confused.
Well, so at Gen Con is the most popular outfit Leia in the deal? I mean,
No.
God, Leia in the deal, dude, she was smoking. She was smoking hot in that get up. And that's pretty popular on TikTok too. I see a lot of.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen that outfit worn around Gen Con. I mean, it's just
on the right people. You get people that wear it, you're like, no, you just ruined that whole scene for me. No. It's like my wife always worries about like wearing certain swimwear on the beach because she's 50, we're 50, and I'm like, babe, have you been to our neighborhood pool?
Right.
Nobody has any shame over there. I'm like, you're talking. It looks like tattoos up and down, people wearing things. I'm like, you're worried?
Right.
you win a beauty contest over there, babe. Don't worry about that at all. I'll tell you what was really interesting. This is going way the other way. Is talking about people wearing the wrong outfits. We went on a cruise for the first time. You guys have been on a cruise? Yeah. So what you think of a cruise and what I actually realized the first time we went on it, you think that's a pretty expensive, vacation and stuff like that. We jump on this cruise ship and I'm walking around going, how do some of these people afford? I know what it cost us, and we went 5 people in one room, and that was awful. But I'm like, we did it as cheap as possible. Sure. And I'm watching some of these people, and I'm like, how? It was such a crowd. I thought it would be like elegance and all this shit, and it looked like you were at Daytona Beach on spring break in 1985 with some of that shit. And I'm like, ma'am, what are you wearing? My kids are over there, dude. What is that? And my wife, we scratching our heads. Holy shit, we could have gone downtown Vegas, which I don't want any of my kids to see until they're old enough. But, I mean, it looked the same. There was a lot of the same shit. I'm like, holy cow, it wasn't everybody, but there was a handful. There was a bigger than handful group of people that I thought, wow. Maybe this boat should sink.
Right. But I think it's because I'm going to say those people, but I don't mean it shitty. But
those people,
yeah, they get one vacation a year.
Yeah.
That's probably true.
And you've got a year to save up for it. Where, you and your highfalutin ways.
Highfalutin.
You're taking a vacation every other month. So
Every other month.
Hey, this is a lot of money. But,
I work so hard.
I mean, but the fact that you're taking another fucking vacation in a couple weeks.
I never looked at it like that, like it was my fault.
Right. It kind of is.
I'm sorry. You're right. We went on the Priceline.com and got the lowest we could find, and didn't think that the clientele would be so much different, but it is what it is, man. And now that's kind of the beauty. We went again last year, and it wasn't that. So it's different boats too. Like the first one was a Carnival, which is everybody will say is the probably the lowest version because it's more of a party and it's for everybody. And then we went on Royal Caribbean last year, and different. I mean, it wasn't as out of whack, I guess. So I mean,
we have more of your people, is what you're saying.
More. That's it. Bring me the head of a pig. Excuse me, Governor. Yeah, shit. Dude. Yeah, that came off really bad. Like I'm some kind of fucking. Like I live in Carmel. I don't live in Carmel, guys.
I got to steer it that way too.
God. They didn't even let me drive the boat. What the fuck is that?
Like Dom Dillon. Didn't you just call me a big fat pig? Yes, I believe you did.
Oh my God! Yeah, I didn't even think about how bad how uppity that made me sound.
That was great.
Drive a fucking minivan, dude. Relax.
With no air conditioning. I pray for winter every year.
God. Oh my! But I would love to pick your brain on that because I do like that. I just don't know.
Yeah.
If people were to talk about it, I'm like, yeah, I remember Leia. I do the 6 main characters, and outside of that, although I did think the dude with the double who was the guy with the dark? Oh, dude, that dude was a badass. He might have stole the show. I mean, does he end up dying or anything? I mean, did they kill him finally?
Eventually, yeah. And it's in the animated series, the Clone Wars. I think it's Clone Wars. Yeah, it should be. Obi-Wan kills him.
Yep. Yeah,
that's my guy, Obi-Wan.
He had to go.
Had to go.
Yeah. And it's actually a really good scene because there's you get into the nerd theory about it and all that stuff, right? The anger of Darth Maul shows up, and he actually tries to attack Obi-Wan with the same maneuver that he killed Obi-Wan's master.
Qui-Gon.
Yeah, Qui-Gon. He uses the same...
Fuck you.
Fucking nerd. Did you wonder why you don't get laid? Nerd.
Jeez. No, I mean, he tried to use the same move, and Obi-Wan recognized it and used that against Darth Maul and ended up killing him.
That's kind of like Karate Kid, man. When they tried to use he tried to use the fucking crane kick one too many times, and he tried to use it in the second one, and old boy caught it. Yeah, beat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
So and then he had to go to that, whatever that was.
Whatever that was.
They bring Cobra Kai back, and now all my kids think they're fucking Karate Kid experts. You got more kids doing wax on, wax off again, like we all thought we knew karate after we watched that.
Right.
Wax on.
Yeah. No, wax on, wax on. No.
That's way different.
Way different. Yeah, he goes, wax on, wax on. Focus. Dinosaur. Sorry, I love Karate Kid.
So we're just going to go down all the movies.
I guess.
Just throw the franchise up, and then we go down the rabbit hole.
Go to the next one.
Right?
I mean, you're going to lose me real quick once we leave Star Wars. That's
I can talk Star Wars.
It's okay. We don't have to stay on it either. I'm just saying I don't really follow a lot of movie lines.
No. And that's
I've seen other movies. It's just
right.
Well, but
I'll watch them once and forget them.
That's normal. See, that's normal.
Right.
Me, we can't watch Christmas Story at Christmas anymore because everybody gets so tired of me saying the line before the kids. That somebody
watch
says,
this, watch this.
You'll love this part, dude. You're ruining the movie. My kids will not watch it.
I did do that with Monty Python Holy Grail though.
That's a good movie.
Like that one, it's been a while since I watched it, so I have forgotten some of the lines, but I could do the whole thing.
There's some classic shit, man. I remember the first time I saw that was in 6th grade. It was so all over the place because it's British. Because it's British humor. Right. I'm like, I just remember it being funny, but it was so the Brits. Their comedy is so much different.
Oh yeah, they're crazy.
I love it. I actually love it. I actually seek it out.
I enjoy it.
Because everybody, the TV show Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Brit version?
No.
Oh my.
It's funnier?
Yeah. It's so funny.
Funny's not a word.
No, I remember watching The Holy Grail in college, and some of my buddies were seeing it for the first time, and it gets to the ending, and they're just like, what the fuck?
What was that?
Is that it? It's done? I'm like, yep.
What is this?
Well, it's like a Usual Suspects.
It was like, I was just like, yeah, that's why.
Rewind it, man. That ending came up
They
way
kept
too.
waiting for something else to happen. They're like, what just happened?
Well, you might be interested in.
What the fuck is the deal with the coconuts?
Have you seen what's the one? It used to be on late at night, and it might be right up your alley. It was sci-fi something, and they would take a movie. And they would play the movie, and the two robots would dub over that shit.
I didn't watch nearly enough of that.
Right, man. I mean, we'd watch it periodically getting back from the bars in college, and we're like, man, why are we watching this every week?
It's ridiculous.
You almost had to be drunk or fucked up for it to make any sense. Like, dude, that's exactly what I'd have said. And you want to know a funny story? The movie Airplane, that's what Airplane, the goofy fucking... Yeah. That's what that whole premise was the guys that wrote that because they used to sit in a room in college and watch movies and turn the volume down and talk their own shit and kind of dub over. And they'd say shit like,
that's awesome.
Like when you used to watch old kung fu shit and you had that gap, that lapse, they'd say shit during that lapse. And I'm like, everybody's kind of done that, but nobody thought this might be funny on the big screen. Right. And that's sci-fi theater, man. I'm telling you, I've watched 3 or 4 of those, and it is stupid as fuck if you're not drunk. I mean, it is dumb as shit if you're not in some way fucked up. It's dumb, but man, if you are, it is. I get it. It makes perfect sense. I could change the world. No, you can't.
When you talk about that, MXC always comes up for me.
MXC.
Have you either one of you ever seen that? So it's not funny like that, but it is for me. It's the same vein. And it's a Japanese game show, and it's like Wipeout, but the Japanese do not give a fuck
they'll whip you.
About their people.
They'll hit you with shit.
Yeah.
And everybody's excited to do it. We're going to hit you in the nuts. Oh, I hope I don't lose.
This was great. Like they had contestants run across a creek, and they had stones to step on, to get across the creek. Well, 90% of them, well, not 90% of them, but they had them interspersed. They were just blow-up balloons.
Right, where they fell through.
Yeah, and then you just crack into this post, and you watch these people. There's no way they didn't come out with broken ribs. I mean, they hit it, and you see them just slide into the water.
And everybody cheers.
And everybody's clapping. It's like, there's no way they're not really injured.
And how are you the last one going, this is a fucking terrible idea, man.
Yeah, I'm in.
And it's like those assholes that, in England it might be Scotland. The cheese wheel. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, shit, yeah. They go down the big hill?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The first one to get to the bottom to catch the wheel of cheese. And oh my God, it is so funny.
They roll the wheel down, and then everybody sprints down this. And
it's almost straight.
Well, in the camera doesn't do it justice because you're like, why is everybody falling? If they were to show the actual, people are taking. How are necks not broken constantly in that
every year?
And how drunk do you have to be to get into something that stupid? I mean,
the only thing is, I would do that immediately.
I would.
If you got me,
I would too.
And I know I'd get hurt. I'd go in there.
Would you really try to win it?
Oh fuck yeah!
I'd talk shit to every. This is me. This Dave. This will tell you about me. I'd go talk shit to everybody. How I'm gonna beat all their asses in it and get them all fired up. And as soon as the bell goes off, those idiots would all run down there and kill each other. And I'd be just
strolling.
I got the cheese.
Oh no, I would be fucking.
Just see, I'm a wuss. I don't like pain. No, I'm not in.
I think the thought on that is you get so discombobulated that you probably don't feel it till now. The next day, I'm sure.
Oh my God!
But the tip off for me would be the 27 ambulances that were sitting there waiting. How many contestants do we have? 30. All right. Why are there 30 ambulances here?
Are they showing? So I just handed Dave my phone with a video of that.
You wouldn't do that, Dave?
No. It is insane. No.
I mean, what if your spouse told you they wanted to do that?
Yeah, bring it
that's
on.
like running with the bulls. Running with the bulls and people that stand there and think the bull's going to just run right by them. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. And the bull runs by. He says it notices you're the jackass that didn't run and turns around and just gores the shit out of you. And you're like, I thought I had a plan, like Mike Tyson. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Right. No, I would definitely do that. I would do that too.
That's I would, but as soon as they let those fuckers go, I'd jump over the gate and say, I did it. I ran with the Bulls. Yeah, we got you on tape, dude.
Yeah.
You're over there pissing yourself in the corner. That's what you're talking.
You got a hole in you from one of those horns. Here's a T-shirt. Good job.
Yeah.
How many stitches did that take?
Right.
Oh, 85.
Right.
That's just on the inside. Do you see what they're doing at bullfights now? They got, instead of the clowns, they got those dudes in those big balls. Those big air balls.
Yeah.
The bull hit them and it'll shoot them like
I did
600 feet in the air. And they'll land them like that. Just seems
I have done that. Those balls, they put water in it and then they roll them down a hill. That is so much fun.
Yeah. You've done it. So my nephews, my sister lives across the street with her kids, and my brother-in-law, and they got those for Christmas. Right? There's 5 of them, and I got 2 twin nephews that are 10 now, and they're all out there banging around in those air balls. They can run into each other. And I was like, I want to try that shit. I shouldn't have. Because I immediately went into old man knocking the shit out of kids. And I'm banging into my nephew. They're flying all over the place.
And you're just
and I thought, man, they could probably get whiplash or something. They come running up to me and they'd hit me and I'd fall over and I'd roll around. And then I'd get up and I'd sprint at one of them. And they're trying to sprint away. I'm like, nah, I got you. Now, you little son of a bitch. But that's me. That's me being that's people call it dickhead. I call it hilarious.
Right.
I call it hilarious. My sister's like, why are you hitting them so hard? I said, hey, they signed up for this.
Right. They could get hurt.
Adults only. Adults only.
That's the point.
That's what I'm going to come in here, Dave. I'm going to bring my family in with those balls, and we're going to have you do a pictorial of us knocking the shit out of each other. He's going to move all his expensive shit out of the way. All right, we're going to film this.
I've got a bunch of assholes in here running around a bubble.
That's fucking hilarious. They look like overgrown. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That is a good idea, though. I mean, that's what they should do instead of like people that fight on the street. We used to think, get them boxing gloves and let them box. Now, get them the things and let them put them in a small hallway and just ding, 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 ding. Looks like Pong back in the day.
Oh, wow. Man.
I knew you'd know that.
Yeah.
That Atari 2600 came out and the graphics were so good.
Smooth.
Best thing ever.
I remember playing baseball. You push your joystick forward if you hit the ball, it's a home run. Like you'd be 999 to 998.
Right.
Our kids think they see that shit. Like I've got one of those things you can plug into the TV and you can play all the games, you know, that they show. Have you ever tried to do that on like a 70-inch TV? It's so pixelated. It looks like a pointillism picture. You're going, what? You're playing Contra? I can't see what the. Did you do the up, up, down, down? I don't think it'll help.
Oh, yeah. All the special
You gotta know
codes.
up,
3D
down, down,
up close.
Right, left.
Oh, it's awful. It's like, man, I guess I got to put this on a 27-inch black and white TV to even enjoy it.
27 is even too big.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you need like a little 13-incher. You're sitting 2 inches from it.
Your kids are like, what is that?
Yeah, what is that? Why is it so deep?
Yeah.
I invented this, kids.
You invented it? The channel.
Go up there. I'll show you. Grab the tile. Now click it like every dad had when cable first came out and you had the box and the thing. Oh, yeah. No remotes. And your dad would be like, hey, go up there and turn the channel. And you go up, turn the channel. He goes, move to the side so I can see what's on. And you're click, go back, click. All right, sit down.
Adjust the rabbit.
Commercial comes on. Go change the channel. Like, this is bullshit, man. I'd rather have the 4 stations back and not be able to watch a damn thing. Oh, God. That's good stuff. But no, I could do that. I'd love to sit down and I'm gonna, now that I know you're a Star Wars guy, I'm gonna put all my questions. I'm gonna put all my questions together and be like, hey,
write up a dissertation on it.
Right.
That is that's phenomenal.
Well, what'll be nice though is every response you just be watch the fucking.
Where do I start, Dave? Which movie do I start with?
Book.
Where would somebody start with that? Do you start at the prequels then at 1, and then once you get past the 6th one after Return of the Jedi, now what direction do you go at that point?
It just depends on how deep you want to get into it. Like I said, if I were recommending anybody just starting off watch the last episode or last season of the Clone Wars,
and that
the animated series
that exposes basically what's going to happen.
That
moving
will be
forward.
a good lead into everything in the movies, and then I just watch the movies in orders.
I don't even know what order after Return of the Jedi. What's next? What's the next one? You'd have to honest to God, you'd have to write them down for me.
Yeah,
and I'd be like,
Force Awakens.
okay,
yeah, Force Awakens, and I forget,
and then two more,
and then two more. But again, and that's where you're going to run into a lot of like the Star Wars community. A lot of them hate those sequel trilogy movies because they just didn't follow a lot of the storylines that were already established.
Why didn't they do that if they were? I mean,
it's because Disney.
Well, there was a lot of that. It all went. They had other agendas on those type things.
Yeah, and for what it is, I still do enjoy those movies, but I agree they would have been better had they actually followed what was already established.
Well, no, because they have that franchise now. Do you ever see them going back and doing a split where they actually do it the way it should have been done?
I don't know. I mean,
because Disney's already moving on. I think I heard that they're already starting up another trilogy.
Yeah, like there's always fan theories and things. There's like people posting things like, "Oh, Disney's going to remake the sequel trilogies and do it the right way," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't see it happening."
Not what they paid for it. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, I mean exactly. And
George Lucas keeping the merchandising rights for all that. Oh my God, that's just a middle finger to you. Well, you keep the merchandising. Okay, no problem.
All right.
A year later, they're like, what were we thinking? It gets worse, pal. Trust me, it gets worse. That's great. That's good shit. Well, what are you thinking?
I don't know. You feel like wrapping this up?
Sure. I'm good. I'll keep talking Star Wars anytime, but it's all good either way.
They need to do a Star Wars parody movie, like a real one, not one of these stupid ass ones, like a Family Guy type issue,
right.
where people that if they first started watching it, they wouldn't know it's a parody, and they get into it, and they're like, "What the fuck?" I don't remember Chewbacca wearing a tuxedo.
Oh
what?
my God.
And what Chewbacca? So he speaks his own language, right? What's that called? Chewbaccian? What's that language? Wookiee. That's what it is. Yeah. So.
I don't know if it has an actual language name that they ever made. I just know it.
Well, is that the same thing, though, where, like, Harrison Ford, Han Solo could understand him, and others couldn't? Is that because it's be like, you may speak Spanish as well, and that's what the whole concept of that was? Yeah. When they're on the island, what's the one movie where they're on the whole Wookiee island?
That's a Christmas special, right?
Was it?
Well, that Christmas special, dude, that was one of the movies. There's a whole planet of Wookiees, man. You've never seen it. I've
seen all that shit.
You know who Obi-Wan's master was, but you don't know who the Wookiee Island is? No. You're not a real fan. You're not a real fan.
Well, I'm having trouble remembering the Wookiee Island.
So you guys, neither one of you know anything about this. Right. I will say this:
we're all posers.
You guys are clever. You guys are so clever.
Who's Darth Vader?
You had me believe in all of this shit. This is real. So Bobcat Goldthwait. Oh, yeah. You ever hear his piece on Star Wars and the nerds and how he was at a convention or something and a bunch of guys were bitching and moaning about, well, they should have done this and they should have done that, and he goes into you realize that's a vortex up there and there'd be no like fire, and they said none of the explosions and shit. He goes through this whole like 5-minute set of it. It's like, and he ends up nerding out about it himself. It's like these guys are all bitching about it's. First of all, it's make believe, right. And he goes through some of the things that couldn't possibly happen, and, right. And he's like, "Yeah, nerd," and he looks kind of at himself in the mirror and goes, "Oh shit, wow. I'm as bad as they are." I mean, like Rogan, for example, talks about how we couldn't have possibly gone to the moon. I mean, you're an engineer, you've Star Wars shit. He talks about you couldn't get a certain radius away, and I mean, is the moon landing real?
I'm going with yes.
I would think so too, but there's some significant evidence out there that says it isn't.
There's always ways to make evidence.
No, you're true. That's true. I mean, working in the medical field, all those studies that back up whatever you want it to back up.
You can spin any facts to back up whatever the hell you want.
That took me too long in my life to figure that out. I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
See, so going back to what I do, Photoshop. Yeah, I don't believe any photo I see.
Really?
At face value. You know, if somebody's telling me, hey, this is a picture of something that happened, okay, yeah, at some point, a photo is a photo, but if they're really trying to make something up and say, you know, this is what happened, I'm just like, yeah, no.
So you can look at something like a jeweler, you can look at something, go, that's fake as shit. Where I mean, what are you looking for in that kind of stuff? I mean, what? So like, say somebody's got a baseball card, right?
Nothing.
Oh, say they got a baseball card, and in order for that to be an authentic deal, they want a picture of so-and-so signing that card, right? That's the big thing to make it worth whatever. Right. So
to me, it's all it depends on how good of a quality image you've got and all that kind of thing. But the lighting, you talk about pixelization, and we were talking about the video games, it's the same kind of thing. Images taken from different cameras at different times are going to have different grain.
Right. I didn't know that.
To the image. So like one of the biggest things, it's been a while, but like a number of years ago, there was a photo just everybody was sharing. Oh God, it's the most beautiful thing ever. It was a full moon right next to the sun between two palm trees. Okay. So if you see the sun and the full moon right above it, that's impossible.
Right. Impossible. Unless you're on indoor.
Right. There is no way you could have a full moon right next to the sun because physics, again. The sun, the full moon is when the earth is between the sun and the moon. It's on the other fucking side. It would not be right there between two palm trees perfectly.
Shit, I was the one guy that said, man, this is such a neat photo.
Right? You were sharing it saying, God, can you believe this? This is the best photo ever.
I actually said, I took this photo on the beach in California.
So that's you know, that's one kind of extreme and obvious example, but it's the same kind of thing. Yeah, if you got somebody who said, hey, I got a picture of this guy signing this baseball card, and the shadow of the pen goes this way and the shadow of the card goes the other way, it's like, that's fake.
God, I wouldn't even have, I mean, and you probably picked that up like.
Yeah, it's obvious to me because this is what I do.
Right.
And he went to school.
And he went to junior college. Hey, we had a photography class.
You know what I did.
Hey, all we had to do was take those disposable cameras, go to a party, take some pictures, turn them in. A+. A+. You're a photographer. I knew it.
I knew it. And this is my calling.
I can't stand when people are taking videos, by the way, when they video it in a way that you can't turn your phone to ever get the right, where it's supposed to be. Where you're looking at like this and it's sideways. So you flip it over and it turns to sideways on the video. I'm like, hey, jackass. What are you doing? Is this your first time? I can't stand that shit.
Is this a quiz?
Wow, your kid's on his head. Your kid is hanging from the ceiling. No matter how I turn my phone, I cannot get this thing right. Oh, shit. But we all can't be experts at everything, right?
I mean, life sucks sometimes.
Well, but that person should be taken out and beaten, right? Right? Especially if you take that picture, you send it to somebody like, hey, look, my kid hit his first home run. I got to stand on my head to watch your fucking kid hit a home run. It's a terrible, and he's 6. It will happen again. Don't worry about it. Refilm it. Fuck. But I mean, Jesus. That drives me so crazy. I mean, that is one of my biggest pet peeves. I'm like, I'll just turn it. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, fuck. I almost want to text the person, like on Facebook. I'm like, hey, dickhead, this sucks. I can't fucking watch this. Retake the picture. And they're like, who the fuck is Jason? He's not even on my friends list. How did he get the picture?
I'm just trolling.
Well, that's it. So one of my friends, if you've seen the meme of the little kid that's getting the picture taken and she's flipping the camera off. You guys ever seen that one? It's a meme that's gone all over. Okay. It's my buddy's daughter. And how is that legal for somebody to use that? I don't even know how they would have gotten the picture. They probably in archives of old JCPenney or some shit. But every time I see it, I'm like, that's funny and it's hilarious. So you're kind of, but how is that legal? Like to be able to do that to use somebody else's photo and put maybe even, something vulgar or if you wanted to put anything on it, I don't know how that's even.
I mean, honestly, with social media, it's one of those things is once it's out there, it's
gone.
Yeah.
Back to what we talked about last week.
Right.
You need to tell him that story sometime.
Uh-oh.
Before Christmas break.
Wait, what?
Your son?
Oh, yeah.
Tell him that one off air. That's telling him.
I'll end up telling it on here probably eventually, but
I was just like,
yeah, Jesus.
I was telling somebody about that, and I'm like, they said, you put that on your podcast? I go, that one's not airing. That is not airing.
No, it'll end up. Just, it's so recent now, I don't know that I want to call that much attention.
No, I wouldn't.
But when he gets a little older,
It'll be a great story.
too bad you're an idiot.
It'll be a great story at some point. But
Yeah.
you need to tell him that one offline just so he can reference. Because that's mind-boggling.
All right, well then we'll stop now and I'll tell the story.
Perfect.
All right.
Alrighty.
Dave, thanks for letting us.
Thank you.
Hey, been fun.
Dictionary.com describes an unplanned approach as impromptu, done without preparation, unpremeditated, done without intention, random, done without order, unintended, done without purpose, unwitting, done without awareness, or spontaneous, done without thought. Sounds about right. Well, now that we have that established, let's start the show. Oh, you made it to the end. If you liked it, please rate and review it, and don't forget to tell your friends. And just imagine how good this thing would have been if we had an intentional approach. And if you didn't like it and you feel like you could do it better, well, smartass, reach out. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we have an email. It's